Today I would like to tell my personal tale of God, Santa, and why I really had no friends in elementary school. I grew up very Catholic. I went to vacation Bible school. I went to seminary school, which is that preschool Catholics provide. And I went to the Sunday school crap. So they tried very hard to indoctrinate me into their religion. I never quite bought into it, and I remember one day, as I was at the preschool, they were having story time, and the teacher pulled out the Bible, as she so often did, and read the story of Job. By the end of the story of Job, I realized I had two choices as far as God went. Either God was an evil bastard who would smite people for no good and decent reason, only to win a bet, which I wasn't very comfortable with, or he was imaginary. And it seemed to me the most logical thing that I could figure out was that God was probably imaginary. And I remember I really thought on this for a couple days. I remember everywhere I went, I was like, is God real? Is God not real? This seems kind of insane. Is he evil? Is God evil? Is this what we have to contend with in life? And I just... Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And I decided that there wasn't a God. So a few years go by. That was when I was 5. And when I was in 2nd grade, which would make me 8, I was riding my bike. I just got a bike. Bikes were so awesome. Everyone who had a bike as a kid totally remembers when you get your first bike. It's like, woohoo, I'm free. And, first bike without training wheels, because I had a bike with training wheels. That thing was like, they gave it to me way too long, and I was like a little baby. Not cool at all. So I was riding my bike, and I thought, man, it takes me forever on my bike to get from here to there. And from here to there was like 5 blocks, right? And I thought, wow, how does Santa do it? And I had already dismissed the idea of magic. I'd never seen it. I was 8 years old, and there was no documented evidence of magic, so I just knew it didn't exist, so I didn't use that in my equation. So I said, how could Santa even possibly get around to all the houses in my town in one night? And I did the math, and I thought about it, and I rode my bike around, and I thought about it, and then I went out. There's no Santa. Which would have been fine, except I went to the bus stop the next day, and I told everyone at the bus stop there was no Santa. And then I told everyone at school there was no Santa too, and I kind of belittled them for being dumb and not realizing it. My mom got a lot of phone calls that night from angry parents who didn't like the fact that I ruined their kids' idea of Santa and I destroyed that illusion for them. Even though I was a little kid, it's not like I was some teenager who was going around like, there's no Santa. I was just a little kid too, and I discovered something amazing, that adults really do lie. My mom made me pretend there was a Santa. I think I didn't question the Santa thing because he brought me presents, right? And I still wanted Christmas presents, but my mom said I couldn't get Christmas presents unless I said there was a Santa. So every year for the next 4 years, I had to put on this facade of believing in Santa so I could get presents. I still don't really understand why. I think it was not really a good move there. Why would you make me lie about the Santa thing? Which probably cemented in the God being fake and how people indoctrinate their children into that by just making them repeat it. And if you repeat something enough, people think you're going to believe in it. But why your parent would want you to believe that there's a Santa when they should know for goddamn true, since they bring you the present, that there's no Santa, I don't know. But that is how I figured out there was no God, how I figured out there was no Santa, and why I had no friends in elementary school.